What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trev2323 on YouTube. I'm making this video because I live in Chicago, but I work in Indiana, and Chicago's a growing hotspot for the coronavirus. Today is one of the highest jumps in the history of the coronavirus in the Chicago area. But I work in Indiana, and it's like a 70-degree day today, and so many people were out. And three people today told me that they don't believe in the coronavirus because it's a hoax. I don't know anybody that got the coronavirus. It can't be true. And I told them they were surprised to hear somebody in the area that I work has the coronavirus. Not at my job, in the area that I work at has the coronavirus that I know of. A friend of mine had the coronavirus that I know. A chapter member at my local chapter passed away from the coronavirus. I know a lot of nurses in the Chicago area that live in Northwest Indiana and live on the north side that are just paranoid of having to go to work because they physically see the coronavirus. Now in New York, they say they're past the curve. They feel that the 2 days now they haven't been growing in numbers. Although it's to the point where there's no more refrigeration semis, they're thinking about putting digging up part of Central Park to put the burials in for now, just to keep the bodies cold. Just to put the bodies in the ground just to keep them cold. Okay, now Chicago's converting the McCormick place for the coronavirus cases. In New York, check this out. The ship that they had there, the military ship they had there, it was not going to be for coronavirus people, although people that they put on there just for different hospitalization, they tested a couple of days later and turned out that they had the coronavirus, so now it's spreading on that ship right there. So for all you other cities and towns that don't believe in it and don't see it because it hasn't made it there yet, it hasn't made it there yet. It's making its way down, and it drove me nuts because I got some senior citizens that live where I'm at, and then I seen like a vehicle in their driveway with a Texas license plate, and like, oh no, even if they didn't bring anything this way, they could catch something and take it that way. Right now, we all have to shelter down. There's so much people out, and it is insane. So if you don't think, you say, I don't know anybody with the coronavirus. Well, I know people with the coronavirus. Chicago is a growing hotspot. New York is a hotspot. And these are really congested cities. You may be on the outer regions of it, and so you're not getting affected as bad, but you don't want to get affected as bad. They say, well, we got to bend the curve, and bend the curve is that they don't want everybody sick at once and use all the resources. If they can flatten the curve and little by little get people, the resources will be better. But if we just shelter, we can bend the curve, we can make a 90-degree elbow on the curve, we can stop it. But it's going to take you, and just not saying that I think it's a hoax just because I don't know anybody with it. Because there are people with it, and people's families are being affected by it. Talk to you later. Subscribe, like, share, and save.